Yeah, yes, I do. I listen to radio.
I enjoyed radio, so yeah, it's nice. I listen to it.
I love radio because for me it's convenient, it's easy. And if you're a Nigerian or you're an African, you know how difficult it is sometimes to get internet. Most of these podcasts, you have to be on the internet to get that.
Yes, I listen to podcasts as well. I mean, I'm Gen Z. I have to listen to podcasts. Yeah, I listen to podcasts. Some of them are nice.
Not really, but like when I see their videos on Instagram, like clips of their videos on Instagram, I just watch it and see their takes, or maybe sometimes on TikTok.
I don't. There's not really one that I prefer over the other like that because I'm the type of radio listener that just listens when it's convenient for me. Like if I'm bored or like I'm in the car, and one station is playing one nice jam, I'll just listen to it or something. It's more of a convenience thing for me. But with podcasts, it's like there's some people that I like, but then they are. I feel like it's oversaturated in a way because everybody is not starting podcasts. I have like 5 people on my phone that have podcasts and they're not going to buy anything that makes sense. It's just rubbish or something stupid. And then we have our alpha males that are coming to come and say, oh, a woman is that, a woman is this. So I feel like it's a very oversaturated and weird situation. People just going to it without having full understanding. Somehow they're making it disgusting. But with radio, it's a constant. This is one way they do something. There's one way that they do their shows. Sorry, there's a particular way in which they do their shows. You can expect consistency with radio. With podcast, is however the person that is handling the podcast is feeling. That's what you will hear, and it just causes a lot of nonsense and ruckus. So for now, I'm just in the middle. I don't really favor anyone. Is neither here nor there.
Radio, they just go straight to the point. Podcast, so takes upon takes, unnecessary. Like, I mean, like people just, and I think there's a podcast pandemic now, so most people that are entering into it, they don't think it through. They don't make so much researches on their topics. They're just giving their own personal views and takes, which maybe that's the goal for them. Or I don't know. But podcast is cool, very cool. Can't lie. A lot of people are in it. A lot of people are gaining from it. But some people are just spreading pandemic. So they spread rumors left, right, center. So I prefer radio because radio is more structured.
Secondly, for me, the reason I'm not really keen on these podcast thing is most of them, they're not too notebook like that. So I have a friend, I have a podcast, I call people to sit down. There's no restrictions to what they say and how they say what they say. And you know how it is. It's just like water. If there's a space for water to pass and you try to block it, the minute the water grows, it will take out that space. Very good example, how we live in Lekki. We've stolen a lot of land from the water. So during rainy season, now they get problem to drive. That's exactly what happens with a lot of podcasts. Now they give out information that they're not sure of, because most of these people that start up podcasts, what they do is they look at headlines, they read headlines, and they just assume the stories. They don't take time to develop the stories, to give the right information. And that's why you see as well that fake news flies quicker, because they just pick up a headline that is very popular and they just say something. The generation that follows this podcast, they are making podcasts sound bad, but podcast in its originality is supposed to be fantastic. It's supposed to give you the opportunity to say stuff that's in your heart because you've read about it or because you know the truth about this information. But we don't do it now. Most especially Nigerian podcasters. Wanna calm down. Take your time. Study. Have information. Because this information you're putting out there, my children are going to come and read it. And if they don't have sense like you, they will not believe it. It will not be a problem for us in this country. And that's what I'm hoping that we don't do. Meanwhile, the media, of course, as annoying, that's radio, as annoying as NBC can be, it's also checks a lot of people. A lot of people get into the media, most especially radio, just speaking a lot of English. And then you get there, you realize that it's not just about the English, it's about, investigating your stories, understanding your stories, and giving the right information. So there's discipline there. So your podcast should have been nicer because you have the opportunity to use words that like fuck, shit, bitch, motherfucker. I hope you edit that. But if you don't edit it, girl, NBC cannot sign me for this. So now I can say all of these things on a podcast and be happy that I say. Like sometimes I want to say, what the fuck did the Minister for Information just say? But I can't say it on radio. You know why? Because children are listening and I don't want to guide them through that way. But then on the podcast, I can say, what the fuck is the minister saying? And that can fly, right? But NBC is helping our children. If you're going to follow my podcast, it means you have money, you have a job, so you can get a good phone, you can buy data. That means you're over 18. So if I say these words, you can understand why I'm saying them. So I love radio for now until we begin to get podcasts right and we begin to pass the right form of information. I still think radio is still better for me.
I feel like you will learn a lot. Share, comment, like, tell your friends to tell their friends, your family member, your auntie, your sister, your uncle, anybody.